am Rising Phoenix Aura. What an honor it is to be here with you today. Wow. Lionsgate, that's right. Lionsgate 2025. We're in 2025. Oh my God. Yeah, just like you read in the details, we have been preparing for this Lionsgate since the Fall of Atlantis. The whole collective, it is big. I am so excited to be here with you all to be delivering this most important video, one of the most important videos we could listen to for sure in 2025, because it has to do with our individual and collective ascension and the ways that we can vibrate our frequency into a vibration of higher love light, and then overall activating our hearts and vibrating to a matching vibration to Mother Earth's heart in the earth, or the earths that we are in, whether you are in the England, Asia area, you're in the earth, and we are in another earth over here. We're in two different worlds, just like the maps that have been shown. For more information on that, go to Antarctica Tartaria series, where we've been talking about this. So what an honor. And let's get started. Claire, you are assisting. We have Claire in chat assisting. I need that image where that Darla has shared with the spirals. I can't find it. With the spirals of the earth and the chakras. I need that one. So if you can send it to aurapractitioners.com, that would be incredible. All right. So big, you all. And she has shared, I think, on Telegram. So let's get started. So today, you saw the title. Today is Lionsgate, the 13th gate is open. Stellar gateway. We're going to talk about what that means. But for those of you who have been here before, every year I make a video of this, and we've been talking about this for years. And specifically, we've been talking about the gates and the stellar gateways and what they mean. And we've been preparing you to be ready for this gate that began with the 2022, 11, 12, 13. No, 2022 was the 11th gate. 2023 was the 12th gate. Where are we in? We're in 5. 5. So 2025 is 13th gate. 2024 was the 12th gate. 2023 was the 11th gate. So we've been talking about you, especially since 2023, about the 11th gate opening, the Key of Shambhala, which brought us to the inner earth key that is very much located basically Ireland, inner earth energies, which also then connects us to 12th gate, then bridges you into opening into the 13th gate. So get ready. Don't miss any part of this video. Stay with us to the end. Hit subscribe and hit like. Let's assist the algorithm. It is an honor. To find out more information about me, go to risingphoenixaura.com. Find out about my Rising Phoenix Mystery School located at aurapractitioners.com, and you can find out more information about that under my website. And to support this video and all the videos that I create, I'll go to Rising Phoenix Mystery School and set up to any of the memberships that I have going on there, which adds you to you can sign up to the $8 tier, which is extra sensitive content. Can you believe it? We have even more extra sensitive content because you've been listening to all the free content of 900 videos here on our channels. Can you imagine? I mean, there is even more sensitive content that is not able to be published publicly. So go sign up to that under aurapractitioners.com or Patreon to support this video and everything that I do. Go to that. And yeah, so big, you all. What else? I host retreats and workshops all over the world now. We're debuting our Ireland, which is going to be a lot of what this video is about. Our Ireland retreat, which is in a couple weeks, actually less than 2 weeks. You got about till August 1st to sign up to the August 9th retreat there. Especially if you're from the US, all you have to do is fill out to like an ETA and get yourself there, which should take about 7 days. So get going on that. If you are from those lands, sign up. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Love to see you there. And you can learn how to become an aura hypnosis entity removal past life regressionist, as well as a raw Reiki healer, which is all entity removal base, which assists you to become your own self-healer, to walk your most organic timelines, to remove the AI, the entities attached to you. Watch videos as like how to quantum heal, right? Quantum physics, how to quantum heal, how you can heal from anything that you can think of, whether it's the COVID vaccine or any illness, disease. Watch that video. We'll add that video below. And then yeah, so much to share today. And then we also have today, welcome, thank you for being here at two back-to-back shows right now. And then there's another one in less than 2 hours under my Rising Phoenix Mystery School or aurapractitioners.com. To find your practitioner there, you could also go to aurapractitioners.com all over the world where you can find them at. And yeah, so if you sign up to that on the Rising Phoenix Mystery School there or the Patreon, then you could join us for the 1 o'clock, which is going to be epic. We are currently remote viewing the North Pole, you all. Yeah, it is huge. We're on a most incredible part where we're about to in the book that we're going through and we're remote viewing in the combination, we're about to land and speak to the inner earth people, so it's big. Come sign up to that. Love to see you there. Thank you. What else we got going on? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we got the workshop too for in September. Come sign up for that, and stay tuned for any information. There is something big happening right now, you all. Oh, I am about to announce a huge project I've been working on that is about to release. So go to my social media, sign up to my newsletter so you can find out about that. It is gigantic, you all. We are in a current, and that's where we begin our transmission. Thank you. Wow, I am known as a spiritual revolutionist. I am an oracle. I am an author, which you can find my books under Amazon and Barnes and Noble and many other locations. You can find all the links under my website, risingphoenixaurora.com. These books tell you the history of the universe and multiverse in quantum levels. So they touch all bases, not just the third dimensional, but also the universal quantum world, quantum physics. Really, it's incredible. It's incredible. So yeah, check out those books that really help you come into this existence. So that puts me into, it is crazy, y'all, right? I've been covering the articles. I've been writing about the books. I've been talking about these weather modifications, making videos with you all. Yeah, so the mud floods have been insane. Well, not mud floods officially, but they've begun it. So what is it? People say like 2030 or something. I think that they have. No fear, just stand in your power. But they are, we saw Lahaina, Hawaii, which is going to go into this Lionsgate. But we saw the Hawaii Lahaina fires that were used by negative technology, right, to harm the people, the land, the trees, which really the major thing that they were after were the trees there. And then the healing that needed to happen. I went to go visit Lahaina a year later, which was so healing and beautiful. I have videos on this. We'll add the links. And then also, we saw, from there, we saw last year, right? I published my articles under my newsletters that they were trying to really sink Florida, which is insane. There was going to be a record, I forgot what magnitude, it's a 5, and they said it was going to be who knows what, and we changed that, didn't we? There was also 100 tornadoes in Florida, which is unheard of. So there was a direct attack on there. And now we're seeing floods everywhere, beginning from the Guadalupe River, and we saw them in New Jersey, in New York, and I think it was Iowa. Anyways, it is, and then across the world too. They were happening in different locations in Japan. I think even Russia. Yeah, so they're happening at a whole nother level now. We've seen these floods before, but this is a whole different understanding. We even saw right in North Carolina. So they are beginning to try to mud flood us and make those layers, which is not happening. We're not happening, right? It's not happening. It's not happening on our time space. We're not consenting to it. And what I am about to release will transmute that and shift timelines. So keep an eye out for that. It's huge. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And this video is very, very important because this is how we anchor into our hearts, activate our hearts, anchor into Mother Earth's heart so that we connect to her heart even more so that we can vibrate our vessel, mind, body, and soul, so that we can vibrate higher into higher timelines, that we don't consent to these tried resets because they're on that agenda. So it's not happening. No. So the way that we always teach is no fear, right? Because once you get through your fear, you realize that all that comes forth is what you are after fear. Strength. You get over your fear, you rise up from it, you transmute it, you empower yourself, and all that's left is strength. That's right. Strength. So remember that when you come out of fear, you will be stronger and you will be the strongest you've ever been. So if you have any fear happening, like we always tell you every Lionsgate, any lower density, energy, emotion, trauma, this is the time that you want to be releasing that so that you be anchoring in the purest love light that Mother Earth is vibing to. So you want to make yourself that vibrational match to her and the energy that she's oscillating from inside her heart, which brings us to the vesica Piscis. And the vesica Pisces, which is the two circles, right? I'll show you an image, but brings us to that we are in these two worlds. Yeah, you can't find the video, Claire. I mean, the image, Claire. Try to research it under like a web search and just type in like ley lines and keys. And you should be able to pop up if you can find it on Telegram, because I do need that image. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we've been talking about these keys, which we can load here. We'll wait for that image, but yeah, so then the keys. Okay, so then, right, the vesica Pisces. The vesica Pisces, so important, the vesica Pisces is because, let me explain that. So we are at the seed. We need to focus point on the Atlantic Ocean, where the Atlantis energy used to be at, just like we talked about in the Mayan Atlantean series. Okay, so what's happening here with the old maps is that I showed this over and over to you guys, but I will show it to you again in case you're running into our content for your first time. So there's a vesica Pisces, right? There's two circles, two worlds that we are vibrating to. Okay. And show you the image. So this is a vesica Pisces. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is our world here. We'll say it on the left here. This is America, and then this is the UK, Ireland, Asia. I'll show you the maps where our ancestors have been talking about how we're in two worlds this whole time, right? Even the video that I'm about to remote view, the thumbnail I'm using is of the old maps where there's two worlds from China, ancient Chinese knowledge. Okay, so this is Atlantis here, and this is the ocean here. Okay, these two worlds are going to oscillate and vibrate at a whole nother level. If you've been watching Antarctica Tartaria series, you know what I'm talking about, how we started talking about in the recent videos. What videos were those? Let's see, that was Lionsgate. No, so we're in Lionsgate. So the recent video we were really started talking about this was The Last American Part 4. If you haven't watched that series, it's a Tartarian book that I found from the 1800s, or even actually older than that, that was published in the 1800s, but really was written maybe 600 years before the 1800s. And so The Last American Part 4 is where you want to talk about, but it's a series you want to watch it in order to really understand about how we are in these two worlds. Okay, so you understand? Okay, America, the Asia, England, Africa, all the Americas over here. So there is a unification here. See this? This is the seed of life, and it's all located in all flowers of life and the trees of life. It's also the shape of every seed, right? That you plant into the soil that to grow a tree or a flower. Okay. it's an opening also. Could be, I teach about this sacred symbol and this specific seed under the Divine Mother Mary course, sacred birthing, and the seed of really of creation and how everything spirals, and also seeds from the seed. Okay, you can find that course on my website. All right, so we understand that. Now looking at maps here. So let's just look at old maps. Okay. Okay, so we have old maps that show us that we're into these two different worlds. Okay, so imagine this. So this is from China, ancient, right? Okay, so see here these two worlds. So imagine there's a seed here, the two vesica piscis where they unite, the seed, right, shape. Okay. So what's gonna happen is that their Lionsgate represents the 13th gate opening. Okay, so if you haven't watched 2023 in 2024, I suggest you do go watch that to understand how these gates are opening, and we're on the 13th gate. And these are the universal laws. Right here, this gate has already healed since there's no time space, and it's going to, and it's going to spread in the 13th gate. It's already begun. It begun, what date are we on? We are on the 18th. It begun yesterday, the 17th. So that time space of Lionsgate has already reached us, and now this time space. So technically, even if they can't stop it, it's already happened. It's already rippled through to our now time space, and it's going to be peaking at August 1st through August 8th, of course, 9, and all the way through past 9 to the entire month, and really from now on, Mandalorian into all our current time space. So what I am telling you that here at the center, this seed that I showed you has been healed, which is her heart of Mother Earth. The heart that unites both of these worlds has been healed. The heart of Atlantis has been healed. She has to be healed and toward the gate to open, which has opened, and it is here. What is this gate? It's the sacred law of the universe, which is love. Okay? Let me explain to you. If you go to my website, and if you also purchase book 1, Galactic Soul History of the Universe, it goes into a chapter of the sacred laws of the universe and the way that they've disturbed and really infringed upon these laws. So you go to my website here, and you go here to 13th keys here. And here it is. So if you could visualize the image that we're trying to find for you, it's a double helix, and it's two waves that go like this. Okay, we'll get you an image of that soon. Two waves that go like this that connect all the sacred laws. Okay, now these sacred laws here, the keys, the sacred laws of the universe, they are a wave. Okay, so we've been talking about through all our videos of the Lionsgate that, right, 11th key 2023 opened up, 12 the inner earth, UK Ireland law of grace opened up. In order for there to be the law of sacred law of love, which is activating the collective of hearts, and your heart and the collective of all hearts, with hearts of trees, hearts of animals, hearts of, you know, bugs, little ladybugs, whatever, dragonflies, hearts of source love light of every life form on earth. That's the law of love, because every life form matters on this earth, whether it's a tiny little bug, not those artificial man-made Bill Gates bugs. We're talking about organic bugs that help the, you know, ecosystem. Everything matters, especially the trees who have become even brighter lights than us, because it happened on the 6-9 portal, the 6-9 of this year. The trees heads, the neurons that they are, right? We talked about this in the wildfires in California, and how they were burning them because they're the neurons that connect. If you look at a neuron, it's in the shape of a tree. It's got branches at the top, you know, roots at the bottom. So those neurons have been connected. So now that those have been connected, it's unifying the heart, and it's bringing what's below of the heart of Atlantis at the center of the ocean to the above of the crystalline energy above us. As it's unifying them with the neurals of the trees, and the giant trees that you've learned through the Antarctica Tartaria series are unified, and they're now basically like giant magnetic fields, toroidal spheres. There's infinite, say, these energies of, I'll show you visualizations in a minute, but yeah, so you could read more about, so these energies basically are quantumly unified through a magnetic field at the center core of a magnetic field. Okay, so I'll pull up that video to show you what I mean. So that's what the trees, these giant trees represented. They were the center of the core of every toroidal sphere, okay? Okay, but before I go show you images and that, you understand? Okay, so these worlds here are united. Here is the heart, here, 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 okay? So to find out more information about that, so what is the sacred law of the universe? Let's forward here to the, okay. So let's see what I wrote like ages ago at this point. So so the heart chakra, 13th key, is the cosmic and earth gateway law of love. When all the above is achieved, all the above, all the universal laws and the gates that have opened. Okay, I remind you, in 2023, I talked about this child that was talking, and she said that the 11th gate was opening that year. Whoa. And then the 12th, and then the 13th. That's what the Lionsgate means, you all. That means that there's gates, stellar gates that are opening, which are basically, there are seals and portals that cannot open, and they're positive portals that are kind of sealed because we're not a vibratory match to that gate being open. So once we become a collective vibratory match, and the tree space again prepared us in the 6-9 portal to get us ready for the 8-8 portal of 2025. Once they did that, the earth has been, and the two worlds have been oscillating to prepare for that, and so that we can prepare ourselves, especially to vibrate to that energy and frequency. Okay, so all right, so here we are, we're here. So when all the above is achieved for individual self-growth, balance, and activated, you are able to connect to the infinite love light of the grand central heart of the cosmic and earth gateway, the 13th key, the inactive 13 DNA strand, which means that our 13 DNA strand is crystallizing. Woo! So we don't realize that we are working within this 13th gate all day long. Gates all day long, back and forth. When we reach and feel the deepest love for all around you, even those who have caused harm unto you or others, when you are able to find infinite love within the darkest people and places, remembering that love is the very fabric that gives life force for the most beautiful, for this most beautiful universe. It is what gives us the spark of creation, and it is the only bridge out this 3D AI inverted matrix simulation. Through our infinite love inwards, frequency portals out of our hearts. Through our infinite love inwards, frequency portal of our hearts. Understand? So portal out through our hearts that unify into ascension to her heart, Mother Earth's heart. Okay, so then yeah, amazing. You can watch this video of Inner Earth Atma, one of the first videos where we started talking about these keys. That was so sacred to talk about then, but we then started talking about it. So that we got the waves here, waves, okay, frequency waves that are unifying this, and truly it's the Urbano Monte map that unifies these lands, not just like this horizontal, back to our ancestors, listening to our ancestors, because they were so intelligent and so much, they had so much wisdom before they indoctrinated the school system and changed all the maps. I think it was in the 1960s when they changed all the maps, which is insane that they did that. And then they, to dumbify humanity and to remove all the ancestors' knowledge that we were within this construct, and they, you know, changed all the maps in the schooling and started to program you, your children, to not understand this information. So but but we are too smart for them. We're waking up and we are questioning everything that they indoctrinated into us. So with the two world understanding, this is what see, this is America here, this is the other side of the world. So visualize two worlds of these with the vesica Pisces, one world and one world here, one world here. You understand? One world here. Okay, so then what happens here is that the waves that I'm speaking about that go like this, these waves go here around. And I'm going to show you the only way to show you that. Let me see if Claire was able to find the image I'm asking for. Let's see. Will we load that? No, that's not the one. It was two waves like this. Yeah, those are ley lines. No. Okay, that's not the one. Let me check the other one you sent me, see if you got the right one. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay. Let me download that. I don't know what I did there. Okay. Save image to downloads. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's good. Okay. But it's not a wave. It's not like this flat. So okay, I'll show you. Stop share. Let me put it here. Okay, maps. Let's put it in. Bear with me. Let me load it. Okay, we are live as always. Okay, we are live. We are alive. Yes, we are live. I mean, okay. So this is the image I was talking about. All right. Okay. So I need you to understand that the energy on Earth is a alternating current. Like we've been, those of you who have watched channelings that I did under my Raising Phoenix Mystery School. If not, that's okay too, because this is okay. So Earth is a alternating current. Okay. This is alternating current. This is how Nikola Tesla created basically electricity, electricity out of thin air, not having to ground a wire or a pole to the ground. Instead, he would use the ether energy that is all around us in the atmosphere. And the way he did that is he tapped into the fifth dimensional frequency, which is the alternating current that he developed, which they told him that he couldn't develop, and he was like, no, I'll show you, I could develop it. I can figure out how to tap into the alternating current, which is a wave. Okay, see these two waves, this is, so picture this wave, but in the Urbano Monte map, and it's a circle. It's a ring, okay? We teach this symbol through the unveiling the mystics of Egypt, Divine Mother Hathor, who's been teaching us, and we're on part 9 of that. We're about to go into, I think, part 10. It's how big Egypt is. Imagine walking through Egypt and knowing what every wall and hieroglyphic represents, you all. That's what we're doing. So sign up to Rising Phoenix Mystery School to that course. It's incredible. And one of the alchemy symbols that Divine Mother just gave us last month, and we're going to go deeper into this month, is this symbol here, these waves, which is ultimately the alternating current that taps you into the fifth dimensional construct, into time, space, and the fact that there's no time, there's only space. And then time. So watch the video that I, orbiting into higher timelines, where I spoke about how time is a spiral, and waves. Ultimately, the waves are a spiral if you look at it face on, right? Versus this is a side view. This is a kind of optical illusion. Okay, watch that video. I am gonna save as much time. Only new information here today. Okay, so you understand that. So let me show you this. So this is alchemy that you want to be using. But again, I highly recommend you go to the Egyptian course to really understand what this means, because we go deep into this. So, okay, so imagine this symbol over the Urbano Monte map that I showed you, right, with the Antarctica wall that's now ice, but was unthawed then when they made the map in the 1570 something, 73 or something like that. Okay, so this, okay, you see this symbol unifies the sacred laws of the universe, okay, like this. It creates a ring around the Urbano Monte map. You understand? Okay. So, and then they're intertwined. I mean, and it also connects again to orbiting into higher timelines, because we do realize at that point that we are, time is a wave. Time is a wave, or space is found. So what Einstein is saying right now and Nikola Tesla is that this, wow, this represents time. See this wave? And then they say, Einstein says it's not time and space, it's time space. Time is the wave, space is inside. Space is inside of the two waves. These waves are rewriting themselves and healing, oscillating positive organic timelines into our time space. You understand? Wave is the time. The space is inside the waves that is creating our existence to organic timelines and into ascension. You understand? Okay. We'll go over that more for those of you who are in the Egyptian course part, coming up in part 10. So I know I've referenced our memberships, our tiers. So you could go to Patreon, but even better, it's you save money if you go here to aurapractitioners.com. This is what I've been referencing here. So we got a live Q&A that comes with all this right here, but look at this. We've actually, we've opened up our groups to the public. You all can join us. So if you sign up to this live extra sensitive, it gives you all the extra sensitive videos that we've been delivering for the last over a year, which is Tesla, channeling Tesla, Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, remote viewing Grand Canyon, Area 51, remote viewing the North Pole, which we're currently in, right? And it gives you all this information, live Q&A with me, and then you could also join our groups and come chat with us. So big. And then if you sign up to any courses, there's training modules. This is a really incredible site, you all. I am so thankful for this site that we've created years ago. And then our PAT support there. So that's the extra sensitive that I keep referencing. I also have a group regression if you want to come join us, so you can come heal yourself and clear. If you're not ready for an individual or a regression, come sign up and do the group regression and come clear whatever you got, kind of lingering there that needs healing. We also got just a live Q&A for $4. Then, but the more you go up, the more, of course, you receive. So this is the one that I'm speaking about here. This is the Egyptian course that we are currently in. We're on 10, so this will give you live access to the 10. And then all the other ones prior, you can purchase them under my website, okay? And then again, you can have all that access there, okay? If you've done the Quantum Galactic Akashic reading certification, next Saturday is going to be our second class. If you've already done the Quantum Alchemy channeling, either through the ISIS or by itself, all you have to do is come sign up to this one. You only have to sign up to 1 month, and boom, you get the Quantum Galactic Akashic reading that goes into the Sacred Kabbalah and the Tree of Life, Tree of Knowledge. So you walk your Akashic and travel your Akashic and others. You get certified to do what I do. You all over 1,000, 1,300, I think 1,300 readings I'm at right now. It's a lot for one person, right? So you could learn how to do that, and they're incredible. All right, so that's that. All right, but let's go back to this video. Okay, so what's happening on Earth? Okay, so now that we understand, so then also all of this is unified through water. So it is a actual, okay, so let me try to load this here. So one of the courses, yeah. Okay, so we are inside of water. Everything has water, right? Technically, this is just kind of like basic science, like grammar school science, y'all. Like if you were to, if there's oxygen, the oxygen removes the water and it creates an environment. Why we have trees here. And I can show you let me try to find you a basic video on this. So I gotta load this. Claire, send me a link to the video where I am speaking about where the teacher's showing how she puts a cup in the water and it keeps oxygen in. That's, I think it's found under the Raphael course. So send me a link to that to aurapractitioners.com. Okay. And I think it's a Raphael course. Okay, so send me that while I keep going here. Okay, so the water is really, really important. So we've been talking to one of the star children that we speak to, and what he said is that the water was being targeted. And that when we use water, is that you don't want to be using it like invertedly, because the scientists do CERN or different bad scientists, they don't honor the water. Water is consciousness, water is memory, water is, well, air is more consciousness, but yeah, water is life. And that's why every living organism starts from the water. And we've talked to you about, through the Antarctica Tartaria series, how can you believe I was up till 5 in the morning working on this project? I literally got 3 hours of sleep. And I'm lit up because I'm using the elements and the energy around it. I think I'm just vibing to the Lionsgate. But okay, the water. The water. Watch the aura regression. What the link later of what water is. That's really good scientific explanation of what water means there. But basically, the water unifies all the worlds. All dimensions exist within the waters, and it is the connection. And also through remote viewing, the Philadelphia experiment. We covered that, the Philadelphia experiment, how they traveled through the water, where they connected through the A.U.R.A, and in New Jersey. Okay, all that found under my Rising Phoenix Mystery School extra sensitive material. Okay, so what's happening there is that the water unifies, and it's the water is what that spiral is, and then why the water goes like this wave into the ocean, into the beach, right? Is because they're alternating currents of waves of time space. You need water to unify all time space. Without water, you cannot. Okay, which is why you're also the time traveler within your brain, your consciousness, because you are water, and there is plasmic water within your brain. Okay, so but what happens is that they attack the waters, they infringe upon them, they harm them, they pollute them, right? It's horrible. It's so violating to Mother Earth. They dump her chemicals, plastic, right? It's just to basically attack the water. But the water is oscillating higher into a fourth dimensional, is already in a fourth dimensional, which is a bridge to all time space. We are going to now see fifth dimensional plasmic water inside the water. But the Star Child wanted to talk to us about that, is that you can't just use water in an infringing way where you're just like siphoning the electricity or the energy through it, like the CERN or dark scientists are using. Can't do that. You have to one, talk to the water and give permission to get that energy. So you have to really start seeing the water like an embodiment, because it is, and it's basically that quantum unification of everything. Okay, and I think I spoke about the sphere earlier. Let me show you. So we also spoke about the neurals. So in case you don't know what a neural looks like, let me try to find that. And okay. Okay, so with the neurals and the trees connected, there's all these tortoise spheres, quantum magnetic fields connecting. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So this is what a neural looks like, and you want to have your neurals really healthy. Okay, this is like a tree, right? This is top of the tree, even the brain of the tree, the consciousness of the brain of the tree, which is then there's dendrites, and this is the top of the head of the tree, and then this is the trunk, and then this is the roots. Okay, all right. So that's a tree. So let me show you a tortoise sphere. Now, um, sphere. So visualize that and understand that that's what the trees look like. And then inside the sphere is this, it's a wormhole of, where there's no time at all. It's just space. And here is a sphere, okay? All right. So everyone has a sphere, including the trees. So there's an infinite amount of spheres all over the earth. Every single tree has a sphere coming out of it. Again, that's activated 6-9 portal. They already had it, but it just wasn't at the highest crystalline energy. What I could tell you is that they are vibrating now, the trees, to the fifth dimension. And then also is the fact that the 6th dimensional energy was already here. What about to roll out? There's an epic chapter towards the end that talks about the 6th dimension and how it was already here. The way that it was already here it was through the trees. In order to prepare an environment to oscillate from a 5th dimensional Atlantis state of, we needed to begin to prepare all life on Earth. And in order to do that, the only way to bring into that consciousness is through the trees and the oxygen. Send love to the trees. It's hard for me to share this information because they target the trees so much. They burn them. So let's protect the trees too and send love to them. But so then the consciousness comes in through the oxygen, which is what the oxygen really is consciousness. You take a breath, you're breathing in consciousness to be alive. You cannot take the oxygen anymore. That means that you are really not alive anymore. Okay, so then the consciousness is a etheric, basically, it's an etheric element that comes in, and then the trees hold the blueprint. There's a sacred alchemy symbol in what I'm about to release. That's in the book. Yeah, it's a book. So there's there is, so in the tree there's this sacred alchemy symbol that is the 6th dimensional state. So what happened is we're in a 5th dimensional, right? We're in a 5th dimension in a I know you guys are freaking out. I'm freaking out too. In the 5th dimension, and then we were here, and we're about to take a step into the 6th dimension, and all the trees were oscillating and preparing our state so that we are a vibrational state to enter into the 6th dimension, because we're from the 5D, we're going to enter the 6D. You understand? So what I'm telling you is that the trees are preparing now a 5th dimensional state for the future to enter into a 6th dimensional blueprint. Now we can oscillate through our plasma, light, and our waters in and out of different higher states of dimensions, not just the 5th or the 6th, even higher. We could, vibrate. Like when I do remote viewing, I'm connecting to my higher self, and remote viewing like an eagle looking down, you can say, or phoenix looking down, right? Into our construct through my higher self perspective. Okay, which brings us to you understand, I'm teaching you all this alchemy so you could understand. Then the alternating current that is unified through all the magnetic field, or it's called like the crystalline magnetic field, or the crystalline webbing of creation in the universe. That's the alternating current. You understand? So that's science. The spirituality we know as a crystalline crystal grid that connects all universes and so on. Okay. Okay, so it's in the Raphael course? Okay, you're looking now. Okay. It's not in the Raphael, it's in the cymatics. Pretty sure it is when the teacher's talking, but I'll let you find that. Okay, so okay. We'll get that video up for you guys to see once Claire finds it, of what happens to oxygen and water. Okay, so all right, so then till we get to that, what I want to share with you is that we've made a huge discovery in Rising Phoenix Mystery School. And let me explain to you what that means. Okay, so within the water is different densities of liquids. Okay, so when you are looking when you find that, Claire, I'm pretty sure again it's the Raphael one. I don't know. Let me know when you find it. But then there's also the video where the teacher's talking about different densities of oils. There's a doc on that. Okay. Gina, I know you're not helping out with this video, but if you know what course we're talking about, since Claire's trying to find it, text me and let me know, or message Claire and let her know so she can find it easier. I appreciate it. Okay, so then we have different densities of waters. It's like that, you know, like those different grammar school experiments you do with the different oils, soap and oil and water, and even different waters. You find waters within waters inside the ocean that are like rivers in the waters, and there's a cenotes, right? We talk about that are different densities of water. Okay. Okay. So what's happened here is that it's crazy. All right, so within plasma, there's also all dimensions. There's not just the higher dimensions, there's also the 1 and the 2 dimensions. And within these 1 and 2 dimensions, this is what are called microorganisms. Or they call them parasites, right? Like parasites down with a, you know, microscope, you can see the parasites and it's kind of gross. Ew. Okay, so when you're looking at these different parasites, this is what's going on here. Okay, so one of the practitioners on the Rising Phoenix Mystery School, you know, we do our shields, we also our vessels to source of light, which basically allows us to be a constant communication to our higher selves and a source of light. And as you're oscillating your vibration to such high love light, information comes in that is benevolent. And so one of the practitioners was saying that they were hearing about plastoids and plasmoids. Okay, so look at this, you all. This is so important because I'm telling you that you need to basically heal and vibrate if you have any of these kind of bugs in your water, both in the land of your homeland and then also inside. And these are what some of these parasites that people find inside of you, whether they're physical parasites or etheric parasites. This is big, y'all. All right, so plasmoids are self-contained coherent structures of plasma and magnetic fields. What does that mean? All right, so that means that they're aware, they're alive, they're a being. Coherent means that they're alive, they have intelligence, basically. Self-contained coherent structures of plasma and magnetic fields. So the plasma that makes up magnetic fields, remember how we talked about the toroidal fields and magnetic fields? So these plasmoids are found in your 1 and 2 dimensional structures that make you up. And it's also found in the waters. And this is why they try to densify the water, because they're trying to infringe on the plasmoids. Now, the plasmoids are originally positive, but what happens is that they do experiments on the plasmoids, which are particles within CERN and the information we've been talking about there, how particle accelerator and the particles that they're messing with, and they would also be messing with plasmoids. Okay? So they're organisms inside the 1 and the 2 dimension. Okay? All right. And this is key to vibrate your energy to be a matching vibration to the 13th key, opening your heart, right, to the Lionsgate energy. So they are observed in various natural phenomena like a ball of lightning and solar flares. Okay, so those lightning balls that we've been seeing like on TikTok that people record. So that's a plasmoid. It's a elemental being. And also in laboratories, all right, so we got this is organic side, but then they're messing with these plasmoids. In laboratory experiments, they even tell us the term plasmoid was coined to describe these plasma magnetic entities. All right, what does that mean? That means that they're taking plasmoids and they're messing with them. They're particles inside water. in the dimensions, in the 1-2 dimensions, and they're making them into a parasitic type of entity. Okay, so it's an entity. A plasmoid is an entity. Now, normally they're organic, right? They're particles. They're like you. They're like a spirit, a soul, but they're messing with them. They're making them into an entity, a dark entity. So plasmoid race in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, the plasmoid is a playable race. So so this is just references, right? So is a playable race that is classified as an ooze, possessing unique abilities like shape-shifting and squeezing through narrow spaces. Shape-shifting. Plasmoids can reshape their bodies to resemble humanoids, allowing them to wear armor and clothing, but they can also revert to a limbless blob. Oh my god, you all, they literally are telling us something here. Listen. Okay? Immunity to hold person. While their ability to shift into a humanoid form might lead to confusion, the plasmoid race retains its ooze creature type, which generally means that they are not susceptible to spells targeting humanoids like hold a person. Okay, these two information here, you all. Okay, you remember how I've talked about how you can heal cancer? We just figured out what cancer is. It is a plasmoid. Okay, let me explain to you how it is a plasmoid or plastoid or plasmoid. Okay, with that information that I just shared, what happens is with cancer, one cancer is powered up by sugar. Okay, I have videos on how to heal cancer, and then how to heal yourself from the COVID vaccine or anything quantumly, right? Through quantum physics. Okay, watch that video. Okay, so we always explain how not to eat sugar, because you don't want to eat sugar because sugar is plasmoids, y'all. Sugar are entities. They're like little AI kind of bots that have been compromised to make, they even call it, like they put it in like food and they call it inverted sugar. Don't eat anything that says inverted sugar on it. Don't do it. Okay, so this sugar is the plasmoids, the 1-2 dimensional entities, and that's why cancer needs sugar to feed itself. And when I've talked to clients, who every single client has healed themselves from cancer, no matter what level they are, through aura hypnosis entity removal. When I talk to them, they say that sugar feeds the cancer. And what happens is that the sugar turns into, when you eat it, it turns into a blob. And then this blob attaches to the cell and feeds it, and well, not feeds it, but basically hybridizes it, infringes on it to make it into a lower density cell, where it starts becoming and you know about this cancer is it starts attacking. It turns into like a parasite. The cell turns into a parasite itself. But the sugar, the plastoids, is the actual entity that has been compromised, that attaches to the cell, densifies it, and then it creates it into a monster. Then parasitically it starts attacking the other cells to create and make cancer. Entity removal, again, you all, is so important, because, and the way we discovered this was through Rising Phoenix Mystery School. One of the practitioners showed this information about the plasmoids, plastoids, and then there was a A.U.R.A practitioner who had just had a session a couple days before, where the client was clearing these parasites from inside their stomach and their digestive system, and their higher self was telling them about these beings. They didn't call them plasmoids and plastoids because we didn't know that yet, but what they said is what they were. They literally described what I just showed you there under what plasmoids and plastoids are, and they said that it was like kind of like cancerous. It was the beginning of cancer. So of course this client is never going to get it, or because they cleared it quantumly, and but it was there in the digestive system. This is epic. So what's happening is that these plasmoids, plastoids, we're also creating doubt in the client's mind to lower the density. So if I cannot, if I could share with you, I feel like this is one of the biggest things is that you want to go into the waters of you are and all the plasma that you are because they're plasma. So they're hiding in your plasma and they could be parasites, these parasites that they, again, under the microscope that are claiming and then they're, that they're natural, but they are going in and creating all sorts of lower frequency within you, like doubt, shame, guilt, not belief in yourself, mistrust within yourself, your team. These, because in the aura session that this practitioner shared, is that they were creating the doubt. And of course, if you have like these like plasmoids, plastoids in your plasma, your water, then it's going to vibrate your energy into a lower state of mind that's not going to allow you for you to be a matching vibration to the, say, enough of the 13th gate opening that's about to happen. You understand? So this is why we're telling you. So it's so big, so big. So heal yourself. Of course, I recommend A.U.R.A and Ra for that, but work within your waters to heal yourself from that. And then with that is that then we heal the waters of earth, because what's happening is just like they're infringing and compromising our waters here. They're also infringing on the waters to hide the plasmoids and the plastoids inside the waters. And this is why the Star Child has said that they were like parasitically kind of draining on her. And and then with that message, he said, but it's okay, he said, but it'd be nice if they stopped doing that. But he said that the reason why volcanoes are erupting is a natural form. And they are erupting because the lava is something else that we don't even know about. And he said that there was an archangel that is, we could see it like alchemy. So in order for fire to be, he said that for fire to be, which is why you want to be connecting to this fire, but this is not supposed to be unless it's a science, it's a quantum physics. How could fire be? So what he said is that there is a archangel called Lava Rux. He said it was hard, he couldn't relate because it's like angelic a name. Lava Rux. And you can spell it something like Lavaaux, a couple A's in there, he said. Okay, you understand? So fire would spontaneously combust. It wouldn't, unless it had some kind of basically environment, and then this angel helps with that. So then it brings us to the lava. He said that the lava was very important because so what happens is that they're siphoning the water and infringing on the water, polluting her. It's so sad, right? So every time I talk about this, just brings so much sadness. But okay, so they pollute the water, and then the only way to bring back the water is to erupt the volcanoes. When you erupt the volcanoes, it brings back, the lava is bringing back the power back into the water, he said. Which is like even kind of like underwater volcanoes are so important. Even like Hawaii, how it's technically a big volcano. Okay? The island is a volcano. So they're bringing in, the lava is coming in and bringing in that energy back to the water. You understand? So while humankind is siphoning in it, the lava's bringing in the crystalline energy back. It's a crystalline, how did he say? He said it was a crystalline life force that creates everything, which matches up with what we've been teaching, even though this child doesn't know, is that, for everything to create, we explained at the beginning of time, space of Earth, the lavas erupted and created all the lands back to Mother Pele, And the lava is what created the soil, the earth. Lava creates into earth, the land, which makes it fertile then to then birth out the trees and all life form in the ecosystem. So I mean, they're working together, the water, the lava, the air, right? All these beautiful elements. So yeah, you understand? Questions, comments? I haven't even checked. Do you guys have questions, comments? There's been so much that I had to share. So let me see what Claire was able to find here. And then let me see, let me pull up the doc for today and see what questions you guys have. Questions, comments. What's up? Wow, this is an incredible video. Okay. So then. Okay, so good. She found the video. Okay, of the teacher with the underground water. What course did you find that under? So we can remember that for next time. You make it easier. Okay.
The candle is completely underwater, but it's
okay. So let me explain to you how this works and how the crystalline energy works above us. It's actually quite simple. All right. Let me see. Share the video. Okay. So let's listen to this grammar school science teacher. Share. And how oxygen works and how we don't drown in the water, because technically we're in infinite creational waters. Otherwise we would be drowning. We would have to be fish, right? In dolphins, and we can't breathe oxygen underwater. Not us. We have to have an environment with the trees. So then let me show you this.
This candle is completely underwater, but it's not burning out. How? This cup is filled with air, and like all matter, air takes up space. The air prevents the water from coming in the cup and allows the candle to stay lit. So
do you understand? Look at this. Okay, so the cup has the oxygen, even the candle's floating there, but watch as she pushes this down. The fire is able to stay, which is alchemy, quantum physics. So fire is able to stay lit, and what's inside the cup does not drown us, which proves that we are inside a crystalline energy, a crystalline dome, just like Yeshua explained in the Bible that was true in the firmament.
So it's underwater, but it's not. If you keep it submerged for too long, the candle...
See that? The oxygen is what keeps the water from coming in and drowning us. It is simple, you all. It doesn't need to be complicated. Okay, so there's water above us like here and water under us and in the ocean. So, which brings us to there was a symbol that happened on my skin the other day, which was cool, and I couldn't explain how it happened. It was like an imprint, kind of like when you press on something, which goes to, let me show you the symbol. Water's above us, water's beneath us, in a circle, which are the planets, the energy, the planets, us. Okay?
Candle loses its oxygen supply and burns out.
So it loses its oxygen supply eventually. You hear that, what she said?
It's underwater, but it's not. If you keep it submerged for too long, the candle loses its oxygen supply and burns out. So if you try this, make sure you bring the candle up for air. And since...
What does that mean? It does not have a tree inside there, obviously the cup. So if we lose the oxygen, then the waters will flood in. So we need the trees to keep the oxygen, to keep the waters from flooding into our crystalline earth. You understand? The crystalline dome. Let me explain that again. The oxygen is kept in by the trees, okay, which keeps the water from coming in. Again, how important trees are. And the oxygen keeps the water separated. It creates a bubble of space. Okay? So that we're alive here. Because we're not sea creatures.
For dealing with fire, please make sure you have a...
Okay? You understand? Huge, right? Okay, that's so simple, so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, y'all. People don't need to be fighting over like flat Earth, globe Earth, flat Earth, globe Earth. We're in the plane of existence. Plane of existence that needs trees and oxygens, that has the waters above us and below us. And this is why it's in, you know, even though the Bible has been messed with, but Yeshua did write those correctly, that there's water above us and below us. Okay, so, all right, I'll show you the symbol. Okay, so this happened the other day. And I was like, there's something, oh, while I was doing what I had to do with, while I was completing the big project. Okay, so this is my leg. Don't mind looking at my leg for a minute. Okay, my thigh. All right, here, there's an imprint. I'm just sitting here, again, I'm just sitting like crisscross. There's no reason why this marking would happen. And it's a circle with a line and a line. This tells me is that it's an alchemy symbol. Okay, Divine Mother gave us the waters above us and the waters below us of the ocean. And we are existing because the waters are above us and below us, which explains what the teacher just explained. What's up? Okay, so the key is so much I've shared with you, so much alchemy, right? So we need to vibrate and heal our waters to activate our hearts for the Lionsgate of the sacred law of love. What does love mean? I mean, we read about it, but what? I mean, how else can we explain love? But love is what gives life force to everything. Love is you, love is I, love is everything that has been created from love and the flames of source love light. Love is the unification of Divine Mother and Father and their sacred creation, which is you and I. Love is what connects everything. It's what tethers everything as sacred unity of unity, oneness. Love is what heals everything. Heals the water, heals the ocean, heals the waters within you, brings in babies, right? When you make love, you bring those babies in. When you kiss, you bring in light to earth. Love is all. There's nothing above love. Grace, the sacred law of grace needed to open for love to come forth. Love has always existed within us. And every day we wake up, we realize that we can be love. I remember 8 years ago when I started coming out of this, into the spiritual communities and talking about love, and I started telling you guys, I love you, honor you, and respect you. People would be like, what? They've never heard anyone talk about kind of love. You've heard everything, all this like knowledge and knowledge and knowledge, whether it was the UFO community or the spiritual community. You've never heard anyone talk from love. And that's what we've been working on this whole entire time, to activate all these sacred laws within you. So you could go back now, right? Go back and see in every number, and go back to watch the videos of the other Lionsgate where I explained each one and every year in which ones they activated. Every one of these gates to get you to this moment in time space. So get ready, activate your 13th key, your 13th DNA strand that is ready to activate the way that your DNA is a mandala, work within your mandala energy, which is the double helix, the alternating current, the frequency, the waves, time, space, everything, right? Is all of that. I went to go see an artist that I love so much, infinitely, and I love listening to his music. And he was talking about how he had come to Chicago and he was laying in the grass and he was looking at the trees the day before the concert, and he was watching all the humans pass by back and forth, different races, communing, laughing, riding bikes, walking, running, children, animals. He's just enjoying that moment. And I was like, oh my God, he does what I do. I do that all the time. I just fall in love with humanity and every single soul. As I love you and I honor you and I respect you. That's what I honor your soul. That's what the honor and respect mean, is to honor and respect your freedom, your free will, all these sacred universal laws that add up to the 13th key gate. So do things like that. What in your ways can you do to be more love, to vibrate love, to transmute out, and to see and sense your most organic timelines? And me, I am going to be, for the 13th gate, I am going to be in the sacred lands where there's going to be a gigantic energy that's coming out through these waters of the center seat of the vesica piscis. And I'll be right there rocking that wave of love. So get ready. Feel that love now, because it's already here. That love is ready to explode out of your heart, just like a volcano explodes and erupts. Don't hinder it. Self-love. Don't hold it back anymore. Who cares about what people think of you? You be you. You have fun. Laugh, dance, sing, enjoy, do things that make you happy. Be you. Don't let anyone hold you back. Let go of that density too. Like, what are you holding on to that's making you heavy, that's not letting you vibrate to love, that's clouding your mind and densifying your heart, sucking on your light parasitically? Let go of those things, purge them out, release them. All those other videos we talked about of Lionsgate, go watch them all. Go study them. Go study them. Get ready. We've talked about so much to prepare you. Today we wanted to talk about the quantum physics to the Lionsgate, which brings us to, like, if you look at Tartaria, I mean, how many like pictures do we have to see of Tartaria where there's like these like bird lions or sphinx lions? Why are there always lions? Like, even in the Art Institute of Chicago, there's like these lions, right? In the world fairs, Tartarian buildings, it's like a griffin with wings, but it's a lion's bird being. But in Tartarian, they had giant lions that were guarding. Why are they guarding everywhere? There's something very important about that, and it has to do with the Lionsgate energy that comes forth, that aligns the stars, and it ripples through all the past Lionsgate, the pyramids, right, that we talked about, all of that. It unifies the pyramids, the trees, and it creates all these alternating current frequencies that unifies all these magnetic fields, unified fields, crystalline fields, so that we can receive the activations. Get ready, those activations are coming forth. They are here. They are here. They're already here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there are two. Let me see. Before I take your questions. Okay. Okay, yeah, so there's two videos of that. I think the one did it good. Okay. So let's go into now, and we're about to take a break because we gotta do our video in about 40 minutes under Rising Phoenix Mystery School. Go sign up again under Patreon or AuroRaPractitioners.com for remote viewing the North Pole. All right, so let's look at your questions, comments. Okay, so questions. Looking at the DNA strand, there are pairs of nucleotide bases that connect the two waves across within the vesica piscis, the space. What does it mean in terms of time-space connection? So nucleotides, so are they the meeting point? It seems like they're the meeting points of the two waves of the double helixes, okay? So, and at the points where the vesica piscis meet, right? Like, so these points right here, it's emerging. It's a time space. Okay, so what that means is, okay, this like here where the vesica piscis meets the seed here, or where the waves meet, where they meet, like all the images I showed you already, right? Where they two waves meet. What that means is that it's most importantly, it's the divine power of the two of the divine masculine and feminine within you, but most importantly, divine mother and father. They're unified fields. So you could say that even like the seeds have two walls, right? One is wall is father, one is mother, and they're unified. And when they come to be like an X, those ley lines, they're union points of ley lines too, like the ley lines, the dragon lines that connect, or even like the what was that? The eclipses that happen. You sent me that. Oh, you just sent me that accidentally, didn't you? When you were trying to find the other image, Claire. You sent me this other one. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, so someone recorded this in the clouds. This is one to understand what you're asking. So it's so when you're seeing wow. That's a complete double helix. What clouds are basically, they're the essence of a dragon, right? You see dragons and all. It's like if you see a cloud dragon, that's an actual dragon, y'all. It's not like, oh, it's a fun dragon cloud. No, that's a dragon, and the only way the dragon can show its form is through mist. That's the essence of the dragon. So this is the essence of what's happening on the sky. There are double helixes connecting in the skies. Ooh. Okay. All right. So then when you're seeing the unified, you're seeing basically the crystalline energy, and it's the embodiment of the actual crystalline energy from coming from above, from the heavens, from source into our earth. They're being unified through these waves. Okay. You understand? So then it's the unification of the divine masculine, and then also where source, for those of you who are doing the quantum galactic Akashic reading or have done that certification, is where you meet Malcha with Kether. Kether being source, coming into Malcha, which is the third dimension. It's that unification, that center piece where the kundalini, right, that rises up and down through your body. It's that center pillar. Also where, you know, the pillar, even looking at, make sure there's no kids around with this one, like sacred sex, how the center of you, when you orgasm, like this energy happens here at the pillar of you, okay, in your sacral chakra area. So it's the unification of that. And then, so these waves unify, you understand? So they unify timelines. To your question, they can unify timelines and rewrite them and heal them. The X marks the spot. They heal them. Two waves. And then, you understand? Did I explain that good? Let me know. Let me see the other one that Claire sent to me. Okay, so here. Okay, so also here. Am I able to click these? Okay, so these are, you know, oh, so these are interacted ley lines. Okay, look at that. There's Machu Picchu. Of course, it's huge. And then I think this is, that looks like Alaska. Okay. And if you think, remember what year was that, guys? Write in the comments. Those of you, when they made an X in the eclipses of ours, was that last year or the year before? The eclipses made an X. They were unifying, they were basically birthing in timelines, unifying them, so that they could birth, so that we could birth in organic timelines versus, that's what that's doing. This is eradicating the artificial, so that they're nullified as best as possible, so that you know, they don't have control over us, and to bring in and birth in positive leadership. Send love to the leadership right now, guys. It's a little not worrisome, but it's a tough time. We need to keep them alive. We don't need what happened with Abraham Lincoln and JFK to be like that assassination. We don't need to enter that timeline of that with Trump. We need to keep them alive, and because then we're gonna digress, just like we digressed when Abraham Lincoln happened and JFK, which is not happening because we don't consent to it. So just keep sending love to that. I appreciate it, and Earth appreciates it. The children, I mean, it's just we all appreciate it. Send love. Okay, so don't get confused, y'all. There's so much confusion. Just distractions. Just focus on love. All right. The 30 key, right? The love. Yes, I hear. Okay. So let me look at the doc. What else you guys are saying here? Think I did good with that question you were asking. The next one is the time space wave symbol. Would the space represent potentially? Is it where our imagination, where I said right, the center was the space of the waves? Is it where our imagination manifests into the 3D and 6D? Yeah, definitely. Also would represent the ether, because in order for the waves to come to be, they work together, both the wave and it's what's inside of it, of the space, time, space. So the space makes the time, but not, because it's a wave, right? But I mean, it's all unified, like that circle spiral, it's all unified. So there's no, there's no, I became, there's no separation because they're all waves and they're all connected. They're all connected in a circle, or yeah. So is it where our imagination manifests into a 3D 6D? I'm about to finish up. Okay, because we gotta go. So let me see. So that's that. Okay. Yes. So that would represent that, but basically it represents also water. It's like the waves of the ocean are the waves of the alternating current, but then what's inside the water is the circle, is the plasma, is water. So the inside is plasma, which connects you to all dimensions. So the suns connect the different worlds together by traveling around. Exactly. They do. And the moons too. Yeah. And then all the suns, which are the stars that connect all planets inside the suns. Soul families inside the suns. As these plasmoids in the inverted mud flood that are happening now. Yeah, they are. So we need to heal the waters again. And entity remove these plasmoids and positive polarize them. Plasmoids are only negative entities, or no, so what I explained is that they're positive, but they compromise them through the labs, right? So plasmoids are only negative entities or just the ones created in the labs. No, so no, they're positive, they're light, they're entities, but then they mess with them to make them into bad ones, which become cancerous and parasites, right? Also, is maple syrup okay, or is it also sugar infested with negative plasmoids? As long as they don't put any sugar plasmoids into it. And if you think about it, when you eat sugar, it like makes you like all jittery, right? Because your body is going through a fight, like a galactic fight against these plasmoids, and they're attacking your heart, and you get stress and anxiety, and you're like, because you're in all this adrenaline, because you're going through this adrenaline because your body is fighting the plasmoids. Ew. So you really want to work with entity removal, transmute your food and water before you intake it. Especially because, but we have like beautiful beings like Robert Kennedy Jr., who is doing so much profound work in clearing all these chemicals and sugars and process, you know, whatever powder that's this AI is of plasmoids. Well, now we know it's plasmoids. Ugh, particles. Yeah. So no. So they're positive. It's just that they compromise them through labs, distort them, like break them apart, beat them up, compromise them with kind of AI, and then they make them into these sugars and plasmoids, blastoids. Okay. So there are natural 1 and 2 dimensional beings that can be considered like matter inside ocean and elements that make the matter that are organic. Okay. So the next one is, since sugar is technically a plasmoid plastoid, is there a way to heal the sugar from the food as well? Yes. You would want to be using a lot of fire element to transmute it, but love light as well to help positive polarize the energy to the plasmoid plastoid. So again, we recommend AuroRa hypnosis entity removal for that, and really you want to transmute and alchemize that plasmoid plastoid. Essence, everything is matter, which matter is plasmoid plastoids. That is light, but again, it's light that's being distorted. Okay, of being a particle accelerating it, harming it, compromising it. Okay, so heal your, okay. Next one is, my kitty has colon cancer. Wonder if it could be from the additives in their food. Yeah, it would be. So there you go. The dog food and the cat food, they put those additives are that is called, they're harmed plasmoid plastoids that are causing the cancer, sending love to your kitty. I try to only feed soft food that only have real food in it. Yes, and then transmute it. I think you're an AU.R.A practitioner, so you would want to be using, there's the Egyptian course. There's a through the Egyptian course, they've taught us the unpetrification symbol and then the God crystal symbol. So you wouldn't be using those to transmute whatever additives they have in the food. You could use some Phoenix Fire, Dragon Fire, use your fire too if you're not a practitioner. But ultimately, you don't really want to be using it, because what happens is that a plasmoid and plastoid is still a entity, technically is a light entity. So you want to help it just spread its light versus transmuting it. You want to send love to it. So send love to it instead. But it depends, you might have to transmute with some fire what they have attached. Yeah. So someone said, I heard someone talk about how as we get closer to ascension, it is imperative now that we work on removing the parasites from our system. He suggested eating specific kinds of sea moss. Yeah, I think that's good. Sea moss sounds yummy. It's good. Next one is, do you know why the mountain lions are walking out of Yellowstone? Does it have a connection to the volcano there? That I'm gonna have to look into even further. But what I can tell you is no fear. I don't feel that there's any danger happening there. And if Yellowstone were to erupt, it wouldn't be as they say. It would be contained with the fire and the lava energies, or gods or goddesses, or this archangel that the child was speaking to us about. Or maybe that's why he brought that intention to us. The lava rocks angel, because yeah, we need to make sure that this is not used invertedly, which most lava eruptions are positive. It's the way that, again, she brings crystalline light into Earth. So our plasmoids, any processed sugar and natural sugars are okay to eat. No process. Any process, they're going to add some kind of additives, even if they claim it's cane sugar and it's not processed. So that's hard. Just do your best to transmute it. And try not to eat anything with sugar in it. Just, do your best. Okay. All right. that's it. I gotta go, you all. And then we have comments. Someone said, greetings, I'm excited for this channeling too. Excited for the channeling. Thank you, you all. Lava dragons, cool. Yeah, talk to the lava dragons to help you transmute the plasmoids and plastoids. But again, bring love first. Wow, makes sense about food, about sugar. I finally have no desire for sugar since my last aura session. Yay, yay to you. So someone says we are in the terranium. Exactly, after we watched the water video. We are in terranium, yeah. Crystalline energy, if you look at goddess Niwa, which is who, if you go back and look at ancient literature of Asia in China, goddess Niwa, who is dragon female goddess, she created the crystalline energy above us, the terranean above us, to assist us and to contain the entities inside and so on. Okay. Yeah, so there's some ancient teachings you can look into there. And I channeled goddess Niwa too. She could explain that for you further in the channeling. Someone said it's very interesting that Tomorrowland Festival stage burnt down and they had a huge lion on their stage. I think they were trying to infringe on Lionsgate, and that's why the stage burned down. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, awesome. Thank you. Amazing video. Share this video as far and wide as you can. Hit subscribe right now. Join me, Rising Phoenix Mystic School. I love you with all that I am. Thank you for being you. To support this video and all that I do, join us at any of our tiers. As I am self-founded, I am my own self-founder and funded by myself, and all that, and all the beauties that I offer as far as courses and sessions that help me found this, which keeps me sovereign. I love you with all that I am. Thank you for being you. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. I'll see you on Patreon or Rising Phoenix Mystery School or practitioners.com in 22 minutes. Let's go.